in order to have successful meetings, you need to get a few things right. And there are a few teeny tiny tools that are super easy, but they will help you in order to get to the right quality of the meeting, to speed it up, and to not waste your time in it. Just think about how much time is regularly spent in meetings where you get out of that and go like, well, did we really have a solution from that now that we talked about that? No, we didn't reach one. Or where you have elephants in the room, where things are not going right and where you're confused and where too many people sitting in the meeting and not being productive at all. So in order to do that, you need to have a look at a tool that goes by the name ToGoTiMe. Well, you need to go and use the time that you have effectively in order to reach a goal. Now, the goal thing we have a look at in a second. First, let's talk about ToGoTiMe. Well, the first is very easy. You need to define the topic. So, what is the meeting about? What is it actually that you want to discuss? And not only what do you want to discuss, what is the specific goal of this conversation? What is different in the end of the meeting? So you start with the meeting, and what is different? What do you achieve? Do you have an understanding? Do you have a shared alignment? Do you have a commitment? Do you have an understanding? Do you have a next step? What is it that is different in the end of the meeting? And what is it all about? What is the topic in which something is different? So for example, the topic might be the ERP introduction, and the goal is to have 3 questions answered and everybody online with that next step going along for reaching milestone number 3, for example. Now, in order to reach the goal for the topic, you have a certain amount of time that is at your disposal. Is it a 60-minute meeting, 30, 90? Do you have a full day workshop? So how much time do you have at your disposal? And also, what if you have a certain level of time? What is the segregation? How do you plan it? Like the first one is the introduction, then it's securing the results, and then it's topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. So how do you plan in the time that you're actually having and what do you want to do? And as you want to do that, the most important question is, what is the method that you're using? Now, psychology is very clear. There is a phenomenon that is called groupthink. And psychology is pretty clear that the invasion of the pigs bay in Cuba is to be led through to a meeting that was actually done via groupthink. And groupthink, as you might guess now, the pigs bay invasion didn't go so well. This is something that makes things go wrong. It is when somebody who is of authority or who has a strong opinion is voicing that opinion very early on in a meeting, and then everybody just agrees and complies, and the discussion is just diverted to one topic that you bite yourself in, instead of having a full reach of all the topics. So, for example, collecting all the questions that people have, or the thoughts that people have in beforehand. Doing a structured brainstorming, something like, now get some Post-its and everybody generates 3 ideas on what to do now. Discussion can be also a method if it's at the appropriate time. A presentation where in the first 50 minutes somebody informs you of the latest stage and presents the results is another method. So the method is per segment here. So what is the method that you use in order to make sure that you very quickly reach the goal of the meeting? In the end, every meeting, any meeting, needs to have the answer to one question at the end. And this question is, who does what by when? And this is making sure that the follow-up is happening. Now we want to reach a specific goal, and even if we have reached it within, there will be a follow-up. So who's realizing it now? Who's working on that? When will we check in again? When will there be the follow-up to that meeting where we check in again? So this needs to connect to the goal, and in order to make that happen, you need to go through ToGoTiMe in order to get a who does what by when. When you get that right, when you document that right, and then you follow up on that, you have made an effective meeting that maybe doesn't need to take as long as it took before, especially when you use professional and structured methods.